G'day cocktail lovers, I hope you've been keeping well. Hope you're ready for, well in this case, a couple of cocktails. I'm going to make 3 cocktails in this video, and this is going to be one of a series of videos I think I'll make over time, which if I'm trying to pick a fight, I would call vodka is bullshit, and if I'm being a bit nicer, I'll say improving vodka cocktails by not using vodka. Because as a friend of mine says, vodka is essentially the sad story of a spirit that could have been gin if it tried just a little bit harder. And I want to be clear, if you like drinking vodka, I'm not ragging on that. The point I want to explore here is that when you're making cocktails, vodka essentially brings nothing to the party apart from the ability to get pissed. And hey, I'm all for that. I'm absolutely all for that. But my thinking is, if we're doing that and we're making a drink and we're talking about flavors and whatnot, why not actually make your drink with something that has a bit of character, rather than something that essentially disappears into whatever else is there and just gets you pissed? Why not have something that's an active part of the drink and gets you pissed? Because that's, the fun part, isn't it? So I'm going to make a series of videos, not necessarily every week, but I'm going to look at some of the more popular vodka cocktails and consider, can they be improved by using a different spirit? And I'm going to use clear spirits, white spirits, because part of the thing with vodka is it doesn't change the colour of the other components in the drink. So I won't be substituting it with whiskey, for instance, although you can get white whiskies as well. You can get moonshines as well that aren't coloured. But more commonly, I'm going to look at gin, white rum, Blanco tequila, that type of thing. And in fact, I'm going to do those 3 tonight. And one of the more popular cocktails in the world for a couple of years now has been the Porn Star Martini, where the passion fruit flavour is up front, but traditionally it's done with vodka. And I thought, okay, but is it more interesting if I do it with these other spirits? Well, let's try it and see. There are a lot of variations of the recipe for the Porn Star Martini out there, and what you choose is up to you. I'm going with the recipe that is on the Difford's website, and that starts with some actual passion fruit, some I prepared earlier. They say to use about 1½ passion fruits, which is a terribly imprecise measure because different passion fruits have a different amount of pulp in them, of course, but I prepared a couple passion fruits earlier, and so I'm going to start by putting a big old tablespoon of passion fruit pulp into my mixing glass. Another common element of the Porn Star Martini is a passion fruit liqueur, and Passoa is very common. They actually have a recipe on the back of theirs. They just say 50 mils of Passoa, 30 mils of vodka, 20 mils of lemon juice. That's kind of boring, but I am going to use the Passoa in here. I'm going to use somewhat less of it. I'm going to do 1 ounce or 30 mils of the passion fruit liqueur. The recipe also calls for half a shot, half an ounce, 15 mils of vanilla syrup. And I'm often a proponent of make your own syrups, and it's relatively easy to make vanilla syrup at home. Just do 50% water, 50% sugar, and put some vanilla bean pods in, or some vanilla essence in there. I do actually have a store-bought vanilla syrup, which I'm going to use in this case. So 15 mils, half an ounce of vanilla syrup. We're also going to add half an ounce or 15 mils of lime juice, which should brighten it up nicely. And again, this is some I squeezed earlier. You have it store-bought in a bottle, that's fine. In a drink like this, it's really not going to make a noticeable difference. But I've got some I made earlier, so we're going with half an ounce, 15 mils of lime juice. Now, my vodka substitute. For the first one, I'm going to make it with gin. This is a local gin made on the Bellarine Peninsula, just about an hour away from where I live. They call it Teddy and the Fox. It's a very citrus-forward gin. I thought that was more appropriate of the different gin types that you can get around the world. Given the fruitiness of this, I thought a citrus-forward one makes a good option. This one's got really nice lemon notes, and I'm going to do 1 ounce or 30 mils of gin. We add ice to our glass, put the shaker together, bang it in hard and shake for about 10 seconds. And I'm going to do this again with white rum and Blanco tequila. I won't run through them all with you now. Same ingredients, just swapping out what the white spirit is, and then I'll taste test them side by side. 3 Pornstar variations have been made, and let me tell you, it was slightly stressful reusing the shaker. It was colder, it had more condensation. I was paranoid about actually dropping it or having it fly out of my hands when I was shaking and breaking glass. I have done that before. It's embarrassing. If I had 3 hands, I would show you all 3 drinks, but you should not be surprised to learn they look the same because I just swapped out a white spirit in each of them. So they look the same, but now for the all-important taste test. By the way, if you want to reward my bravery for doing this and shaking 3 up and doing science, it'd be great if you subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And come back for more later. But now, the taste test. First up, I am going to taste the Gin Pornstar Martini. Well, that's really good. I mean, it mainly tastes like passion fruit. No huge surprise there, but... I mean, it's really it's sweet because I used actual passion fruit in there. It has the tartness from the passion fruit in there as well. I actually quite like that. Now, what's going to be interesting to me is if I can taste the different spirits, or if it's just all going to taste like passion fruit. So this is white rum I'm trying now, so... No, there is a subtle difference. Again, it's still really passion fruit forward. It's probably a little bit smoother than the gin one. It's interesting. Now, finally, this one is. I thought this was going to be the outlier, but I thought I'll be wacky. Tequila. How's that going to go in here? Because that seems an unlikely candidate. But hey, it's a clear spirit, so I thought I'd give it a go. Let's go with a tequila Pornstar. That has a bit more character, actually. It still tastes like a Pornstar Martini. It's still, it's got the passion fruit and the tartness in there, but... This actually has more character than the other 2. I'm going to do one more quick comparison between them all. This is the gin. In retrospect, maybe I should have tried this with a really juniper forward gin, like an overproof gin, just to see what it was like. But yeah, just with a standard 40%, 80 proof gin, that is really pleasant. And with the white rum, yeah. I probably prefer the white rum slightly to the gin, but the tequila, this is the one with the most character, and I don't mean it doesn't really taste like tequila. The dominant taste is still the passion fruit and the sweetness, but in terms of actually bringing some character in, I think tequila has done the best job. And that was my dark horse. I honestly thought I was going to regret making a Pornstar Martini with tequila. But if you wanted to be adventurous and get out there and try some variations, they all work. They're all great. They've all got more character than putting a vodka in. None of them really overpower the drink. None of them come close to overpowering the drink. So that's the one thing I want to get at. If you like a Pornstar Martini and you go, but I don't want to mess with it, none of them overpower it. It's still like, this is a passion fruit drink. The passion fruit is very strong in this, but they all bring a bit more depth than a vodka does. And somewhat surprisingly to me, my vote for the winner of the three, the one that brings the most character, is the tequila. And I have to tell you, after this experiment, what it really brings to mind is I would like to try it again with more strongly flavoured drinks, like on the gin front, a very juniper forward gin. On the rum front, maybe instead of a white rum, go for like a 3 to 5 year old golden rum that has a bit more character. And tequila, maybe even try a reposado tequila as opposed to a blanco tequila, because they all worked. Now I just want to experiment more. Not right now, because as it stands, I have 3 cocktails to drink anyway, and any further experimentation is going to get me even more under the table than I'm probably going to end up anyway. But I'm calling like round one of my vodka is bullshit experiment is case proven. These are all more interesting than a porn star martini made with vodka, and none of them overpower the drink and turn it into something else, but they do give it more depth, they do give it more character. And again, to me, surprising recommendation, if you like a porn star martini, try it with tequila, because I have, and I really like it. And if you enjoy these experiments, please come back, because I will be trying more. And yeah, if there's a particular vodka cocktail you like or you do a lot that you go, okay, now you've brought it up, Angry Man, I want to know what this tastes like, and I don't want to drink it myself, I want you to be the guinea pig. By all means, in the comments, let me know what popular vodka cocktail you think I should try subbing out with. I don't know that I'll do it with 3 every time, because that involves me getting very drunk. Not that I have huge objections to that, but I'm just saying I maybe won't do 3 every time. Maybe I will, who knows? The future is a dark and mysterious land, and I hope we can explore it together. So I do hope to see you again soon. In the meantime, look after yourself, look after people around you. Until I see you again, I will say, cheers.